Hello, everyone, and we're back today to learn about money. Our goal for this unit is actually to learn how to multiply decimals, but to do that, we need to learn more about money and we need to understand kind of how decimals relate to money and how money relates to decimals, how that relates to fractions, everything. So you can see, in the spirit of always having the stuff that we need to actually get our hands onto the stuff. I went to the bank and got some money, actually, some actual money, so that we can look at it. And in your book, it has pictures of money. But as always, you'll hear me say constantly, if you can get your hands on the actual money, so you actually have pennies, you actually have dimes, you actually have quarters. It would be really, really helpful. So if you can go into your piggy bank or dig in the couch cushions, I don't know, wherever you're to find some money. In our family, it's inside the car. Like money sort of slips down in between the seats. And so if you dig around on the floor of the car, oftentimes you can find, some random change under there. But it would be really helpful if you could actually have some coins available to you as we're doing this activity. So the first thing is just a quick review. Some students have told me that they didn't maybe learn as much about money when they were younger, or maybe they just haven't had a lot of experience and need a little bit more help with money before we start. So that's what we're doing here today. So first of all, naming the coins, obviously, these little silver ones right here. I'm not very showing it to you very well. There we go. Those are pennies. These tiny little, the tiniest ones that are silver are dimes. These ones here are quarters. They're also silver. They're the bigger ones. And then, of course, we've got the $1, the $10, and the $100. Now, you probably are saying, wait a minute, she's missing some coins there. And you're right. I don't have any nickels. I don't have any $5. I don't have any $20. And we'll talk about why I don't have those specifically when we're talking about decimals. We do use those denominations for just money, but generally in decimals, all of our decimal system is based on base 10. Everything is 10 times more or 10 times less. So for instance, the $1 bill, that's our main thing that we use. That's $1, one whole dollar. But we don't have to only buy things that are $1. In fact, if you go to the store and your price that you have to pay comes out to be exactly even, oftentimes you're a little surprised. There's always some kind of cents. It's some kind of dollars and some kind of cents that you have to spend. So this is the whole thing. Then when we cut that into 10 pieces, those are our dimes. So our dimes are 10 pieces out of the whole. So if we had 10 dimes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, that would be trading for $1. And you've heard me say over and over again that at the Bank of Miss Gilbert, if you come, I will try to cheat you. So you gotta be cautious about it. If you're saying I need to trade $1, you better make sure that I give you 10 dimes, because if you tell me I need 8 dimes, I will give you 8 dimes. And then I'll, have extra money. So don't let me do that. So $1, we could break it up into 10 dimes. We could take each of those dimes and break it up into 10. If we do that, that's where we're talking about the pennies. Pennies are just a dime broken up into 10. So this one dime, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Broken up into 10. That one dime right there is worth 10 pennies. So again, you need to make sure that if you're trading and you're trading in one dime, that you're getting 10 pennies back. Then finally, excuse me, going the other way, there's the whole thing, but in groups of 10, not cut up, but rather in groups of, if you've got 10 ones, then we trade in for a $10 bill. If you've got 10 $10 bills, then we trade in for a $100 bill. If you've got 10 $100 bills, they used to print $1,000 bills. They don't print those anymore, which would be cool. I don't know who would carry that in their wallet, so that's probably why they don't. So all of the money, aside from the quarters, and we'll talk about that as something different too, but all of the money here is based on the tens, 10 more or 10 less. Like this one is cut into tens to make dimes. This one is cut into tens to make pennies. Okay, so let's practice reading how we read money. And this is something that I've noticed that some of our fifth graders can really use some practice on. So have your family help you. And this can be something that's kind of fun to practice. They can either write a number down for you and you can practice reading it to them. Or if you do happen to have some change, or especially if you have like a combination of like a couple dollar bills and some change lying around, you can make a problem and have someone else read it to you, or they can make a problem and you can read it to them. So we want to practice reading and writing money in the way it's supposed to be. So first of all, the dollar sign comes first, and that's so hard because when you hear it, when you say $5.27, it kind of sounds like you should be saying that put the dollar sign like in the middle because you say $5, but the dollar sign actually always comes first. We read left to right and it comes first. So as soon as we see that dollar sign, we know, oh, I'm going to not read it as decimals. I'm going to read it as dollars. So you're going to say $5, then the decimal point we read and, all decimal points we always read and, we don't read point, $5.27. And in this case, because it's money, we read 27 cents. If it was just a decimal, then we would have to read it differently, and we'll talk about that in another video. But this is $5.27. This one, take a look. The dollar sign is in the front again, so we know we're going to say dollars, and we know we're going to read and then cents. So we're going to read the whole numbers as the dollars, the after the decimal as the cents. So $10.04. Now, this is tricky. Sometimes if there's no dollars, sometimes you'll just read cents, in which case, and this tricks kids, the cents comes after it. So unlike up here, where the dollar sign comes first and then the number, this comes later. So it's 35, and there's the cent sign. 16, and there's the cent sign. So I really do encourage you to play this game. Okay, so here's the game. My son is playing with me. So I've just made this plate of money for him. Plate of money. That sounds awesome, doesn't it? Plate of money. I've just made this plate of money for him, and he is going to count it out for us and tell us how much it is. And then he's going to write it on the whiteboard. Go ahead, Britton.
So 13 and 47 cents.
You got it. So he's telling us it's $13.47. So now he's going to practice writing that. He's going to remember that the dollar sign comes first, even though we don't hear it first. That's very tricky. The dollar sign comes first, and then he's going to write the $13.47. Dun, dun, dun! And he's done. Do you want to take him out? He doesn't want to take them out. Okay, so do that activity at home. Find a partner, find a friend. You can even do it online. You can do it on a chat maybe, or over the phone if there's nobody at home that can do it with you. If you have access to the actual money, even if it's only some cents like this, please do use it because it makes more sense and it gets in your brain better. We'll see you next time.